Hi guys, I'm Cupid. I have schizophrenia and I'm also studying to become a psychologist. So, you know that one symptom that makes you feel the most broken? For me, it was hallucinations, visual and auditory. I had tactile too, but we aren't going to talk about those today. These were the kind of symptoms people whisper about, the kind that made me feel like a walking warning label. I used to carry so much shame around that I thought if anyone really knew what I see and hear, they'd run. So I hid it, or I tried to fight it, or I tried to pretend it wasn't happening. But there was this one moment that changed everything. My visual hallucinations used to feel like random scary shapes and shadows. Then I started talking to people who had lost loved ones. As they shared their stories, I noticed something. What I was seeing and sensing often matched the way they described their person's energy. That was the first crack in the shame. Instead of asking what's wrong with me, I asked a different question. What if this is a symbol? What if my brain is speaking in the language of spirit, myth, and energy? So I picked one symptom, just one, my visuals, and I treated them like a symbol in a dream. In mythology, symbols carry messages. Storm isn't just a storm, it's change. A shadow isn't just darkness, it's what we're afraid to look at. So I asked this, if this hallucination was a character in a story, what would it represent? What is it trying to show me? Not about the outside world, but about my inner world. And slowly the shame loosened its grip. Then I did the same with auditory hallucinations. Some voices felt gentle, grounding, like wise friends. Others felt harsh, cruel, like they wanted to tear me down. I started to notice a pattern. The good voices often pointed me toward care, rest, reach out, you're safe. They sounded like protection and guidance. The bad ones, they sounded almost identical to my deepest fears and self-hate. You're worthless. No one cares. Why even try? So instead of only asking, are these real or not real, I added a second question. What part of me is this voice expressing? Is this a wound speaking or wisdom speaking? That shift changed everything. I didn't deny my symptoms. I didn't pretend they were all magical or all evil. I honored the clinical reality, but I also allowed a spiritual, symbolic layer of meaning. In myth, heroes often meet guides and monsters. My helpful voices became guides. My cruel voices became the monsters at the gate of my own healing. Symbols of pain I hadn't faced yet. Here's why I'm telling you this. If you live with visions, voices, or unusual beliefs, you're not less than. You might be standing in the middle of a story that no one ever taught you how to read. You are allowed to work with doctors and therapists and also ask, what is the meaning in this for me? What is the symbol here? You are allowed to see your mind as both injured and gifted, both struggling and deeply, mysteriously alive. So pick one symptom, just one. Instead of asking only, how do I get rid of this? Try asking, what could this be a symbol of in my life? Is there any guidance in this experience? Is this a wound speaking or a protector speaking? You don't have to romanticize your pain. You also don't have to drown in shame. There is a middle path where your experience can be held as meaningful without denying the hard parts. If you want more conversations about mental illness as something spiritually meaningful, not in a fake, sugar-coated way, but in a real, grounded way, you're in the right place. Subscribe for more videos like this, and click the bell so you don't miss when I share new stories, tools, and symbols to help you rewrite your own symptoms. You're not sick. You're a story in progress. Let's read it together. Thank you, guys. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I love everyone. And I hope you guys are staying safe. Be good to yourselves, as always. Thank you. Bye, guys.